Hi, how's it going? I'm Ari, co-founder and CEO of Arka Analytics, and today I'm going to show you a little bit about what Arka does and how it can help accelerate customer success, sales, and product workflows. Arka is an AI-powered analytics tool that connects to all of your data sources and lets you do self-serve analytics on that data. What does that mean concretely? The first use case that Arka is really powerful for is getting real-time account risk information. You can quickly type a query into Arka and understand when was the last time a customer used the platform, what is their seat utilization, what is happening on the web in terms of their overall health. And that helps you understand the risk profile of this customer. The second use case that's really powerful is, pipeline management and QBR prep, right? So you have a QBR, you have a weekly business review, and you want to understand, what is the pattern in terms of the adoption of your product across different demographics or different cohorts. This is important for CS teams, RevOps, and sales managers. And typically today, sales leaders or CS leaders spend more than 5 hours a week on pipeline management, WPR prep, and getting information about key accounts to their leadership team. The third use case that Arka is really powerful for is executive and board ready insights. Imagine that you get a question from your CEO or your CMO in the middle of the week. That typically can wreck your week if, it's a new question and you don't have any context. And that happens all the time. With Arka, you can simply ask that question to Arka, and Arka will go and analyze your Gong, your Salesforce, or any CRM, your product usage data, your analytics data, and give you an answer that is heavily researched and can be quickly shared with your data team, to then help you be confidently prepared for those board meetings. So now I'm just going to show you how Arka works in real time, and then we can always schedule a live demo if this is interesting to show you more aspects of this platform. In this example, I've connected Arka to a data source that is Redshift, but we can connect it to many other, like we support over 100 data sources, and we definitely support the data sources you use today. And then typically the way this works is we work with your ops team or your data team, and we insert context about your business into Arka as a product, which lets Arka know where do the tables live and, what is the context. And all of this work can be done within just a day. So this is not writing pages and pages of data. This is just giving the LLM some guidance in terms of where the data lives. So now that we've talked about how we've prepped Arka for the demo, we have, as you can see, different sections where you can ask a different type of question. Also, when you select a persona, it also changes the way that the AI responds, because now it's responding to a customer success leader versus a product manager, and they care about different things. And so it changes its response based and highlights the things that those personas care about the most. So now we ask a question, and we ask Arka the question. Arka starts to show you the reasoning behind how it's going to find the question. It then generates a list of tool calls that are important for your data team. Imagine that you get this information, it's really incredible, but you're a little bit hesitant. You're like, hey, I'm not sure if I should go and present this to the board without my data team taking a look. Well, in this case, all you need to do is copy the URL and share it with the data team, and they can look at the entire conversation and verify that the information that you are going to share is well researched or not. For example, in this case, we have the responses of the API calls, and the data team can quickly look at that and verify whether or not it's the right call. Right now, it's making a bunch of additional calls to get a holistic view of the data. And once it does that, it's going to give you an output that is customized for business context. This is a good time for me to talk about how this is different from hooking it up to Claude Code or any of these, pure LLMs. Well, we focus on making the output of the response extremely business focused. So there is none of those, hey, am I allowed to do this? Or, hey, can you, give me permission? Or, hey, I'm going to try again. It doesn't give you any noise. It just gives you the answer and basically does all of that engineering work behind the scenes, without bubbling it up. And so you can see the answer has the bottom line up front. It also gives you some key insights that are very powerful if you want to, for example, do additional actions to the account. And then it gives you a really beautiful graph that you can quickly copy and as an image or a text, or even put on a dashboard that and then keep track for longer. So this and then now that you've got this, you might be thinking, hey, okay, I asked a question about first-time customers. You gave me an answer. Well, now I want to know who are my top customers in terms of spend. Give me top three, right? And typically that's what happens, and that's what makes existing data workflows and analytics workflows very long. That you get an answer, but then you have a follow-up question and you're hesitating to ask that question because it's going to take a week or more. And, and so sometimes you just go with intuition or gut, or only the most important questions get answered, or most important follow-ups get answered. In this case, you ask a follow-up question and you immediately get an answer, right? And now you've got sort of the top 3 customers by usage. And then, as often happens, you want to know more about, let's say, one of these users. So now you can continue to have this conversation. It's like a personal sort of AI analytics copilot. You could say, tell me more about usage patterns, right? And so now, again, like this is a in-depth conversation that you're having with the LLM and is allowing you to be heavily prepped for any board meeting, for any weekly business review, or for any decision that you need to make about your customer's business within seconds. So now you could see how we took a workflow that potentially takes weeks and brought it down to literally a few minutes. That is the power of Arka and how it enables you to save time and help accelerate business decisions, primarily focused for customer success, but also reusable by the sales and the product team. So we'll let this query finish. And as you said, it gives you a summary, gives you everything you need to know about them. It gives you a breakdown of the preferences. It gives you a breakdown of behavioral patterns. Anything it can find in the data, it will find and it will give to you. And so here's where I will stop the demo. I hope that this has been interesting and useful. If you have any more questions, please reach out to us and we'd be happy to set up a live demo for your custom use case. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.